Here is the Beauty Bakerie Sweet Grace Setting Spray. It is instructed that you shake it very, very well in order for it to be the fine continuous mist that you see here. You can use it to prep and prime and also to set your makeup. This is the shade 331N. It is a neutral undertone, which you can see my face is much lighter than my body, so I like to apply it in the center of my face. Now, mind you, this is one pump that you're seeing, so I'm just taking it off of this cosmetic stainless steel palette and using this flat Bdellium brush to apply it to the center of my face. Still taking it from that stainless steel makeup palette, just, trying to get the coverage that I want from this one single pump. I like to take my time with this just because when it comes to makeup's so relaxing to me and I really love to perfect my craft. So if you're, thinking about the consumption of time with this whole process, you might just want to go in just with one shade. Now, this is the warmer shade. This is 317W. As you can see, during the summer, I have tanned a lot. So I need a warmer shade around the perimeter of my face. I like to go in with a little bit, just build. I know it looks orange here, but once it's blended out, it's the perfect shade. As you see here, I am basically morphing the warmer shade that I'm using on the perimeter, and I'm layering that on top of that previous shade that I put on. I love to do this, not saying that you need two different foundation shades. I just love doing this because I love the overall dimension that it gives my face. It makes it look more realistic because, especially as a woman of color, we have different and multiple undertones. Always remember to blend to your neck so there's no horrible and awkward line of demarcation. The more you press in something on your face, the more skin-like it's going to be. Always remember it is best to slowly build your foundation application so that it's more skin-like and not cakey. This is the new concealer from Beauty Bakerie. This is in the shade Butter Back Off, or also known as 010. I love to blend out my concealer with a brush. Now this is not my most preferred brush to blend out the concealer. This one's just a little bit bigger than I would like. I usually go in with a brush that I picked up from Morphe. I forgot the number of it, but I would grab for a smaller brush than this. So you're gonna see in a little bit that I'm actually going to apply more concealer after this, just because I wasn't happy with kind of how things skipped, and it's not because of the concealer, it's because of the brush. It's just kind of hard to reach and under my eyes, as you can see. But the coverage is insane. Like, that was just one swipe. Again, you just want to take your time with blending and concentrating that pigment and blending it out. You do not need to draw a full freaking ginormous triangle on your face and, you know, waste all that product. Your girl got bags, okay? Like, my under eyes aren't perfect. My skin's not perfect, so, you know, I stay up very, very late. I need to work on my bags because this is embarrassing. So this is where I apply some more concealer on top, just because today I'm going for the fullest beat possible. And for me, I love a bright, fully concealed under eye. So you do not have to add the second layer of concealer like I did here. And you can use a sponge as well. I just love how the brush makes my under eyes look. Just wanting you guys to see this close-up of my skin so far. Oh my gosh. I love this thing. This is the shade Carob. I believe I'm pronouncing this correctly. From the brand Black Opal. I like to just go in little by little. So, you know, you can go straight in with applying the stick to your face, or do what I'm doing here and just, you know, use the brush to apply it first, just to kind of map out where I want to put it. Now, depending on your face shape, you know, that really depends on you, how you want to, let's just say, alter your face, how you want to bring your cream or liquid bronzer into your face. So soon I'm actually going to apply this stick to my face just to give me some more warmth, some more definition. But I like to do this first a lighter layer just to kind of map out where I do want to see the more concentrated color of this product. And the purpose of me doing this is to bring dimension to my shape, to my face. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, guys. Bear with me, please. Here we go, applying it straight to the face. This is so easy to blend out, and oh, I just love this stick so much. Oh girl, that's thick. Don't do what I did there. You see that? Like, what is that? Just don't do that. Go use a little smaller brush to do the nose part. Don't just go in straight with the stick, or else you're gonna end up making a mistake like I did right there. But can you see the difference now that I've applied the stick to my face? It definitely, the color's more pigmented and concentrated now, and it looks really, really good. We are trying to look chiseled, okay? Not flat, chiseled. Again, you want to take your time and blend, blend, blend. I'm listening to the most funniest live ever with one of my favorite Instagrammers, Drea. So you're gonna, see me laughing and smiling a lot because I'm listening to a live that she's doing. Yeah, that's right. Blend that horrible cream nose contour. Just keep blending, Anna. Stop laughing. There we go. Come on, blend. Sheesh. See, there we go. Hilarious. Now, this brush is the same brush that I used earlier to apply the concealer. I didn't add any more product to it. I'm just using whatever's left on there just to kind of clean up where I want it to still be highlighted. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if you have been paying attention to a lot of the makeup artists on Instagram, they always have like just this magnificent placement of the highlight versus like the cream liquid bronzer. So that's why I brought out the highlighter past like my cheeks, just to give it that like, a little something something. Always, now this is a clean brush. I'm just using this to really blend and morph everything together, because you don't want your face to look like a matte. You know, you want to blend things out. You want to make sure that where there's contrast, that it's blended. So don't be afraid to go over, you know, all the shades with the same brush. It's okay. It needs to mix. And see, you still have your dimension. Do y'all see what I see? Oof. All right. Keep going, Yana. Oof. This powder, this L'Oreal pressed powder. This powder right here. I have 2 shades, but I believe the shade I'm using here is 200 Natural Beige. Going in with a dry sponge, dabbing off that excess, because you want to start off with as little powder as possible. I am blending out the wrinkles under my eyes and making the most attractive face to make sure that, you know, I'm setting my under eyes properly. And I'm telling you, them bags, y'all think I got flawless skin? No, I don't. Look at them bags. Oh my gosh. I should just edit this out. Y'all don't need to see this, but I know you want to see this because you want to know how I do my under eyes. So I'm going to leave it for y'all, but don't come for me about my bags. Don't. Zooming in. I want y'all to see everything. Flawless. Now, this wonderful sponge that I'm using is from Dark Skinned Makeup Daily. And this is my first time using this. And it's a really bomb sponge. I'm using it dry. And I'm so impressed with how it's applying the powder. I usually love using like a powder puff, but this is so freaking soft that it will just make your under eye look airbrushed when you apply powder to it and then apply it to your face. You really want to take your time and make sure everything's pressed and set, because we don't want wrinkles and creasing, even though I got wrinkles under my eyes. But this powder helps blur things. Concealer helps conceal things. But at the end of the day, if you have wrinkles, you know, you're gonna have creasing. I'm just blending out the creasing that occurred on my eyelids and going in with that same pressed powder and just setting my eyelids as well as my eyebrows, because I got some oily eyebrows, and it's very important that before you do your eyebrows that you set them with powder. I'm now going to be using one of my favorite powders. It is on the expensive side. This is by Cogendo or Cogendo. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but this is their natural lighting powder. And this powder, oh my gosh, it has, you might not see it here on camera, but it has the most beautiful kind of like goldeny based undertone, and it has very really small reflective pearls in it, so it's not a mattifying powder at all. It does do a very good job at setting the face, but it just gives a really beautiful finish. I don't know if you've used like the Hourglass powder, but it's kind of like that but different. This is one of my favorite bronzers. This is from Fenty Beauty in the shade Beijing Gal, and I love using this bronzer shade to specifically warm up my face. I like to add some of that same bronzer shade under my eyes to bring warmth and just more dimension. Well, here we are, Miss Pat Mcgrath. This is the shade Light Medium 2. Again, using that same sponge that I used earlier. Always press on the back of your hand, and this is going to help me chisel and shape that horrible nose contour that I did earlier. Now, this powder is very unique in the sense that it doesn't get cakey and it just absorbs into the skin beautifully. And this specific shade does help with highlighting under my eye. And as I said earlier, I love me a bright under eye. And it does apply some coverage to it. It has coverage to it as well. It doesn't leave like a super sheer finish. And it's very buildable. Now I'm using whatever is remaining on the sponge to chisel out this messy bronzer situation. So that's why never be afraid of going in with too much bronzer, because you can always clean it up with pressed powder and then in your skin tone, or a translucent powder, or a powder like I'm using here. Really taking the time to press. Drea got me laughing, like hilarious. Trying to do something with this nose here, going back in with that bronzer, bringing some warmth. Okay. That little human being you just saw, that's my son. Going in with this Sweet Grace setting spray by Beauty Bakerie. Just watch. Just watch. Drench that face, okay? Drench. There we go. You don't need nothing fancy. See right there, I grabbed myself a piece of mail to fan myself with, okay? There we go. Do you guys see my face? This spray is amazing. That's all I gotta say. Look at that. Whew. Y'all can tell I was feeling myself. That's how I feel every time after I spray my face with this specific spray. Hold up. Hold on, y'all. Y'all think I'm playing. I have two. And I need more. Look at my face. There's no filter, no nothing. This is natural lighting. This foundation concealer, bomb. Spray, bomb. Everything I put on my face is bomb. Now, this is the Banana Deluxe powder from Rodial. I believe this was $55, and I do not regret this purchase. It's basically just one of my favorite things ever, because again, I love to be highlighted under the eye. Just watch. Don't be afraid. Y'all see that? Instant brightening effect. I'm telling you, I know what I use, like 5 different powders under my eye, but this is what gives me that flawless, filtered, face-tuned under eye situation. Take your time, blend it out. Don't be afraid of it. It is gorgeous. This live was wild, y'all. Like, I'm gonna link her page down below because you guys need to follow her. Still going in with that same Rodial powder for the center of my forehead. Zooming in, zooming out, okay. Also going underneath the bronzer just to carve out my cheeks a little bit more with whatever is remaining on the brush. Taking my time and diffusing the powder. Oh, where'd she go? She done did her eyebrows and lashes. But anyway, this blush I got in BoxyCharm. It's from the brand Note Cosmetics, and I believe it's in the shade Desert Rose. This is one of my favorite brushes. Now, what you saw me do right there, you know, blowing on the brush, you can do that on your own face, but if you're a makeup artist, don't be blowing on your brushes because that's gross. With blush, now you want to be very careful. You know, that's why I blew on it to, you know, get rid of that excess, because blush can be messy. This is the highlighter from Fenty Beauty. I love this stuff. This is in the shade How Many Carats, going in with this brush. And probably in this lighting you can't really see the full effect of this highlighter because it's basically like a sheer colorless based situation. It just makes the skin look wet, and I just feel like a fairy when I put this stuff on. I feel just my best self with this. This is when I don't want a super like pigmented highlighter on my face, because I don't know, I've been kind of feeling like this matte look, so adding this highlighter doesn't, you know, take too much away from that. But in photos and also in real life, like under kind of like a little bit of darker light, oh my gosh, so pretty. Oh, and these lashes are from, I forgot what style they are because like I've lost all the boxes at this point, but it's from my favorite Latina owned lash brand. I will leave them down below and hopefully do my research and figure out which lashes these were, what they're called. Can y'all see it coming through? That wet skin look with this highlighter. It's very subtle. This is the Fenty Matchstick in the shade Truffle. Let me tell you something. This is perfect to line your lips with. I honestly wanted to go in with a nude lipstick color and then apply the gloss that I applied, but I just didn't feel like getting up. So we're just gonna stick with this Truffle Matchstick as my lip liner and then go in with the OG Fenty Glow lip gloss on top of this. This gloss smells so dang good. Like I would eat this stuff. Rihanna, can we please get this gloss but in like a trophy wife shade? That would just be awesome, because I love this gloss. I need it in Diamond Milk and in Fussy. Got my lips looking juicy. This applicator is big lip friendly. That is what I need. Yes. Let y'all see that juiciness. Here we are at the end of the video. This is what my face looks like. If you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know down below. I love you guys, and please check out the brand Beauty Bakerie. It is Black owned and has amazing products, so check out their new releases: foundation, concealer, and spray.